Hello students, welcome back to video sessions on production operations management. In earlier videos, we were discussing on why it is very much required, and we all went through the production aspect and what is actually production is all about and what is the goods. So production is a process where you create a good by converting raw materials into an finished product. So products would be your goods or services. So goods are anything. Goods are goods refers to anything, a commodity, or anything which satisfy human requirements or any individual desires, wants of our customers. So wherein a goods has two different types, where in semi-finished goods as a semi-finished goods and finished goods. So moving ahead, we have services. So services is all about, it's a set of activities or a set of process which generates one-time consumable and perishable benefits. So ultimately, services are the benefits created by business organizations. Okay, let's move ahead and see what is production operation management. So in this video or in this session, we will be studying is in all about production management. So first let us so now we have what we know what is production is all about. So and we have an idea of management also, but still I would like to mention what is management. So management is all about getting work done by the employees. Yes, so here, so we have few functions of management, few of the major functions as management we implement in terms of any business organization in order to be effective as business unit. So let's see what are those functions. So we have planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. These are the five major management functions being applied in terms of any business units in order to be effective enough. Okay. Yeah, so let's merge together and understand what production management is all about. Okay, so it is a process of controlling the activities of production with detailed planning and organizing. Usually, it is a combination of different resources that are needed in the production system of any organization in order to add value to product in controlled environment. Simple terms, so production management is concerned with the controlling activities which are involved in the production system by applying by planning the system of production and controlling and supervising the system and framing the policies in order to have a smooth flow of production in our business unit. Okay, simple terms, it's an application of all the management function in order to have a so smooth system of production in our organization. So basically, yeah, it is involved. We have controlling, planning. These are the main two management functions which are involved in terms of production management. Let's move ahead to the next slides and see what we have. Okay, we have few definitions which will help us to understand in a better way what a production management is all about. Okay, let's see. It's according to Elwood Spencer Buffer. Production management deals with decision making related to production process so that resulting goods or services is produced according to specification in the amount and by the scheduled demand at a minimum cost. So here this deals with decision making aspects. So that's what planning comes in picture to related to what what is the decision making area is concerned about. It is production process so that we produce goods and services according to the specification of our customers in the amount and the schedule demanded at minimum cost. So simple term here, management is a decision maker with respect to production operations or production system where helps us to produce goods and services according to the specification or according to the requirement of our customers made by them in the amount which is specified and the scheduled demanded again at the right time at a minimum cost. Yes, so production management will help us to produce the goods at right time, the right quantity at a minimum cost of production according to Elwood Spencer Buffa. I hope I'm clear with the definition. Let's see if we have another definition which explains us what production management is all about. It's according to Mr. E.L. Branch. Production management is a process of effective planning and regulating the operations of that section of an enterprise which is responsible for actual transformation of materials into finished product. So it's a process of effective planning and regulating the operations of the production section. Very simple. Yes, so it is as a production during the process of conversion of inputs from inputs to an finished product. So ultimately the management will help us in planning. So everything has to be organized, only then we can use it in an efficient way, the resources available in our production unit. So management will help us in having the effective plan at play, in having an effective plan, strategies for policies, regulations in order to have a better production system with our in our business unit. Okay. uh, yeah, so this is all about the definitions by different author. Okay, yeah, let's move ahead and see what. Okay, so let's see what are the major functions. We have already discussed what are the major functions. Okay, so we have, as I mentioned in the earlier previous slides, we have planning, organizing, staffing, and directing, controlling. These are the five major functions which comes into place when we are studying management. Okay, planning is all about a system or a function which gives us a blueprint of our process, which gives us an idea of our process. This is how our production system is going to be a blueprint from where what are the aspects are going to include. So that's what the exact idea of the process before it get executed. Okay, moving ahead, we have an organizing. So when we have a plan, when we have an idea to execute it, so we need to make sure we get things in an organized way so that we it would help us to run the system in smooth. Then comes we have staffing is all related to the human resource aspects with our organization. So the maintaining them, hiring them, creating employability, and hiring the skilled laborers, hiring the required skills laborers or the employees in an organization is very important so that we can run the production system in an efficient way. Okay, so and directing them. Okay, so directing is all about supervising all the functions. That's very important. It's not like we have a plan, we have everything organized, yes, and we have staffs employed, but there's something, the system should be there directing, supervising by having the right policies, right strategies, so in order to be an effective system. Okay, then again, controlling an aspect which controls all the elements of different functions. Okay, controlling is controlling name itself defines, it would a function acts as a controlling system of any business organization. So all these elements are interlinked. If we refer the picture, the image, it is showing every, it's a circuit, there's circulation, there is an interlink, and they are interrelated functions of any business organization. So to focus on all these functioning and applying these functions on the production process is very important with respect to production management. This would help us to run our production system very efficiently. Yeah. Uh, moving ahead, we have, okay. We discussed all in previous slides. We discussed all about the different functions of management, but let's list down what are the main activities pertains to a production management. Uh, Primarily, we have specification and the procurement of input resource required for management, the processing of or the production process. So specification in the sense like we need to identify what are the raw materials are going to required for the production of a product, what we have an idea of producing as a product. So and the procurement of the input resources. So we have resources naming material, land, labor, equipment, and capital. So how we are going to procure? What are the sources we are going to refer in terms of acquiring them? So material is who are going to supply us, from where we are going to get it, whether what is the system we are going to use, as in terms of whether it is by road, by waterways, or by airways. So it depends. So that the decision lies up to management. And then we have land, where we are as a business unit, as a production unit, where we are going to plant ourselves as a production unit. Okay, next comes is we have another resources or an input resources is about labor. Labor are the employees who are involved in the production process. So we need to decide on what kind of labors we are required in terms of production unit, whether they're skilled labor, non-skilled labor, unskilled labors, or semi-skilled labors, that we need to decide upon. And we have another component is all about equipment. So as a production unit, we need to be very sure that what kind of technology and what kind of equipment or what kind of machineries we are going to use in our production unit or a production process. So that's the decision is lies with production management. And this is the four very much a very important activity of production management. Yeah. And next comes is capital. The capital is all about the money or the fund which is required by a company which is going to use in this production unit. So how the company is going to raise this fund, as the decision is lies with the fund, whether it is what are the sources of funds to an organization. It could be money market, it could be stock market, or it could be internal sources. There are there are different sources of funds for an organization. So this decision is lying with the production management. Moving ahead, we have a production design and development to determine. So as a production unit, we have a raw idea of producing a product. So we need to have an idea where we can convert, where we need to design this product so that we can differentiate our product from our competitive product. So we need to have design in the sense like what are the features our product is going to have. That's what we need to design. And we need to develop a system of production or a process. We need to develop that process or a system where we see the conversion of inputs into an output. Okay, so the second is the system. We need to have a designing in the product designing aspect. And as a management, we need to focus on the development of production process. Moving ahead, we have supervision and control of transformation process. So supervision and control is all another major functions of management. Supervision is all like supervising the activities or having a direct an eye on the activities which are involved in the production system, and having control on these processes lies with the management. So supervision and control is one of the another activities, one of the major activities which are involved in production management. So this was all about the activities being the main activities of a production management, or the main functions of production, what we can production management, where we can list out. Okay, this was all about the production management.